the Berlin Conference, an extraordinary, unfortunate event in the course of the history of the African people. It marks the commencement of what will become another turbulent period in our history. Before the Berlin Conference, we've had attacks. Before the Berlin Conference, we've had, the invasion of our homelands by the enslavers of our people. So that what the Berlin Conference only did, as Kwame Nkrumah taught us, is just the institutionalization of, capitalism. That's what, Kwame Nkrumah said. The Berlin Conference gave birth to colonialism. And to Kwame Nkrumah, he said, forget about whatever they tell you, about colonialism, indirect root system, direct root system, and all this rubbish. Colonialism is nothing but the political manifestation of capitalism, And if you look at it, what was the basis upon which we had this Berlin Conference in the first instance? They were at each other's throat over colonies. They were at each other's throat because they want to legislate free trade. Don't forget, comrades, by the beginning of the 19th century, all of these European nations are interested in colonies because of the emergence of, capitalism, free trade. The Industrial Revolution had created problem in Europe, and there was a necessity for them to look for newer markets. There was a necessity for them to get, raw materials. No other territory could, provide this necessity other than the African continent. So, comrades, the intent and purposes behind the Berlin Conference was essentially, built on the basis of the exploitation of not just the raw materials of the African continent, but the people themselves. And you have sell Nigeria, sell Ghana, sell Kenya, sell Libya, sell Cote d'Ivoire. They are all cells, prisons. Cell room. That is what it is. And those that are in charge of this prison, the wardens, are the Tinubus of the world, are the Nanas of the world, are the so-called backward head of states that we have. Those that run to IMF consistently, run to World Bank consistently. The owners of these prisons, comrades, the nature and character of the owners, the identity of the owners of these prisons now haven't changed a bit. The owners of these prisons are still in the metropolis. The owners of these prisons are still countries, government of the Western nations. Because it makes no sense, absolutely no sense, that till date, all of these elements that we hold in our regards in Africa are errand boys, to the international system that all of these elements controls. It makes no sense that till date, despite the fact that, the economy of Nigeria is screaming, this government is still going to IMF, collecting, borrowing money and all. But it shows the unequal relationship that exists even in political, international political, system.
The issue of organization and leadership. We are having this meeting now at a time when Nigeria is in the board. Our people are in a deep shit. In 1880 something, it's a long time, 40 years. We have been conquered. Why is it we have not been able to fight back? To overpower our colonizers. At the same time as us, Korea, China, India, all these places suffer the same way as suffered, although there are some differences. So the question I want to put here today is what must we do so that we can address our continued enslavement? Now, to do that one, we must remind ourselves of this issue 140 years back. It's only the beginning, because 140 years back it was not the beginning. before then, we were being poached for human beings to be sold as cattle to be sent to America. Even before then, there was the Trans-Saharan slave trade. So, up from that time to now, why have we not done something?
They take our people who are spoil our town. In return, they give us their colony. They take our people who are spoil our towns. They take our names and give us their names.
We know this thing. So the Coco question and the answer now has comrade talk for the end, and I want me to end with how we will talk about that thing. The question of organization, the question of how we go mobilize our people, how we go sensitize our people, you know, whether as in the town or in the countryside. And even that point, you know, because as I was saying the point about going to the internet, I was remembering Fanon, Legend of the Earth. And that, to me, I always tell people that book is a Bible for me of what is colonialism, what happened, and how do you resist it. You know, it is everything that needs to be done is said in there. But unfortunately, we find ourselves in a place where we don't do the things that we need to do. I think one of the problems for us today, of our people, is that we give legitimacy to these colonialists. By even calling it a Berlin conference, we are legitimizing it. They legitimized it. I'm not saying no to what. It's very important to understand that there is legitimacy, like the most severe gangsterism. All that happened at that event, today people think we are just wasting our time. Why they talk about that was when Tinubu was finished with what and you know, so but I mean as the comment said, what was the attitude of the Chinese to only 100 years of civilization? I say only 100 years. Because we are talking about the so-called Benin Conference of 140 years ago, and as Comrade pointed out, that was not the beginning. The different armed robbers have been differently going on for how long? That was after the Arabs had been doing their own.